Hello everyone and welcome to this week's reviews. Today I'm going to give you an early review of the latest DreamWorks animated film and the big screen return of those 90s childhood icons, the Power Rangers. First, let's see what happens when you hire Alec Baldwin to voice a baby. This is The Boss Baby. This is an animated film that probably would have been amusing in a 7-minute short. However, it really struggles to stretch the concept out to feature length. There are a couple of funny little gags, mostly pertaining to how babies seemingly take over the household when they're born. However, we're mostly treated to all the obvious baby jokes, mostly centering on the buttocks. Yes, hard-working animators were paid to create millions of baby bottoms. That's the level of wit in this movie. With that said, the animation is excellent. Director Tom McGrath appears to be going for a 50s animation style, specifically of the UPA variety. And just to drive that influence home, the film makes a direct visual nod to Mr. Magoo. The fantasy sequences the main character Tim imagines are also very striking and creatively designed. The film kind of sort of implies that Tim is just imagining the baby is talking like Alec Baldwin, but the script is very inconsistent over whether it is fantasy or is actually happening. A lot of the jokes are material we've seen done to much funnier effect on Rugrats decades ago, and the Boss Baby also comes across as just a Stewie Griffin clone. And I'm pretty sure I saw many of these same gags used on Family Guy too. There's not much originality here, and the character and sentimental beats are fairly predictable. There is not a single part of this film we don't see coming a mile away. I know this is based on a picture book, but it feels like the filmmakers cast Alec Baldwin first and then wrote the script based around the joke that, what if Jack Donaghy was a baby? It's one of the more mediocre DreamWorks efforts. Next up is the latest reboot to hit screens based on the 90s children's television series, Power Rangers. I'm going to say, straight off the bat, I did not grow up on Power Rangers. I was certainly familiar with it, but it never captured my imagination the same way the Ninja Turtles did. Yet, watching this movie, I found myself weirdly wishing this was more faithful to the source material. The film mostly opts to play the whole thing rather straight and fairly seriously, with occasional moments of humor thrown in there. However, by not fully embracing the goofiness and campiness of Power Rangers, that zaps any personality from it. While I give the filmmakers credit for making one of the Rangers homosexual and another autistic, and handling it in a way that does not make a big deal about that fact, the 5 teenagers tasked with being Power Rangers lack much personality, and I never found myself really caring about them. Their story is almost every cliché superhero origin story as we sit through a ton of setup for the first 90 or so minutes of this over 2-hour film. Alpha 5's shtick got really old for me, and I never endeared myself to Zordon. On the other hand, Elizabeth Banks looks like she's having a ball of a time as Rita Repulsa. She really digs into the role and has a ton of fun playing this unashamedly evil villain. It's only in the final act that the movie truly embraces its inner Power Rangers and the theme song plays. Only for about 30 seconds, but I admit I did smile when I heard Go Go Power Rangers over the speakers, and I don't even hold any nostalgia for the property. The climax is a really fun action scene with the proper sense of silliness as giant robots battle ridiculous monsters. We also get a funny running gag involving a piece of product placement. That we have to sit through so much boring setup and nothing characters just training and doing obvious teenage angst things is a shame. However, for those 20 minutes, it finds its spark. But that's the perspective of myself, somebody who is admittedly not a Power Rangers fan. If you're a Power Rangers fan and you've seen the film already or will see the film, please come back here and share your thoughts in the comments. I want to know your perspective on it. Thank you for watching this week's reviews, and I'll see you next time.